Hello everyone, thank you for joining me here in this another episode of Vegan Please TV. This episode I am sharing my thoughts on how you can talk about veganism to your family. So this one is ideally aimed at the new vegans, the ones that are relatively new, or whether it's the ones who are thinking about going vegan, about how do they approach it with their family. Now, I don't pretend to be an expert. I've been vegan for 20 something years now, so it's been a long time since I actually had to speak to my family about being vegan, and that I was changing what I did and the food that I ate and all that sort of stuff. So how would someone that's new to veganism do it? Well, you can honestly, your family is always going to be the hardest market for you to sell on veganism, because they're the ones that know you the best. They're the ones that are aware of any things that you've done that were passing fads. They're little things of jumping on the fashion bandwagon and things like that. So they're going to be normally the harshest critic of you. They're going to be the ones that are sort of more blasé about, it's just a fad you're going through. And how would you explain to them that you want to change the foods that you eat? Honestly, I'd just sit down and have that rational discussion with them. If you're in a position where you can't have the discussion with them, well, maybe it's time that you start doing it and start having little calm discussions with them. Say, hey, listen, mum and dad, or family, or your grandparents, or whatever. This is what I'm doing. I've become vegan because of my view that, hey, it's wrong to consume other animals. Not for that. So, and as such, I'm not going to participate in it. Oh, we cook dinner for you. We do this. Well, yes, I appreciate that. I'm really, really grateful for it. I'm not asking you to do anything out of the ordinary. What I'm asking you to do is, hey, instead of cooking the big the roast that we have on weekends or whatever it is, hey, maybe if you could just cook a couple of extra veggie burgers, or put some extra veggies in for me and things like that. So there's always a way that you can approach veganism, with the idea of veganism with your family. It doesn't have to be this thing is that you've got to keep quiet about it and just grin and bear it and eat granny's cupcakes and things like that. And and that's the other thing too, is that if you can't be honest with your family, then really who else in the world are you going to be honest with? So for myself, way back when, I wasn't living at home at the time, so it wasn't that big a deal for my parents. Was my grandmother the one who I thought would have the biggest concerns about it, more because she was older and she grew up on a farm and things like that. I just sat down and explained to her my reasons, and that what it meant was that if I went over for dinner, that I'd either bring something for myself, or that certain things would be made different. And and surprisingly, she was so accepting of it, and really it wasn't that big a deal. I thought it would be, but they were accepting of it. And this is the other thing too, is that it's how you approach your family that depends on the way that the message is received. Because if you go in all guns blazing, thinking that there's going to be a huge fight, this is going to end up in an argument, so you may as well get your backup ready, and you're at DEFCON 4 because you think that they're going to be going off, then they're going to pick up on that with you, and they're going to respond in the way that you're expecting them to. So just go in from the position of, hey, I want to have, this is an open discussion. I want to have a genuine, friendly conversation with you. This is my reasons for doing it. If they think, hey, you're just going to end up anemic, as my mother did for a number of years, or every time you get the sniffles, that's because you're on that stupid diet. Well, no, it's not because of that. So, there's a number of resources around on the internet, from genuine medical doctors and things like nutritionists. Don't go for certain personalities who advocate particular realistically unsustainable food choices. Go and have a look at it. Go and prepare yourself beforehand. Go and print some stuff out. Do it at school or at the library or something like that. Print it out, so if they say, oh, hey, where are you going to get your protein from? Where are you going to get B12 from? You can present them with the information, so it's easier for them because you've got it all there in front of them. And being older than myself as well, I know that for me, if I'm holding something, like holding a bit of paper or holding a book, it's easier for me to consume that knowledge than it is if I'm looking at something on the screen. So, you know your parents well. You know what they're going to do, how they're going to respond, and all that sort of stuff. So, don't be afraid to have the open discussion with your family. Don't believe these effective vegan communicators who think that you should be keeping quiet about it. Just be open with your family, because it's the thing is, if you're going to be quiet about something, then it brings out a whole lot of things. You're just going to end up regretting it and hating yourself later on. And as for all these other ones that say move out of home, only move out of home if it's your choice and you want to. Don't move out because they're not going to feed you a plant-based meal, or they're giving you grief about being vegan. So anyway, that's just my thoughts. Quickie one on that one. I thought I'd share it because it was sort of as relevant. I know that there's a lot more people going vegan these days. So anyway, leave your thoughts, comments, questions, thumbs up, thumbs down, and all that sort of good stuff below. Thank you for watching. My name's Cameron Blewett. As the rainbow lorikeets fly past, this was another episode of Vegan Police TV. And remember, don't fear the vegan police. We're here to help.